Everyone's panicking. Quick, nail the doors shut. Nail the windows shut. It's coming for us. Time out. Time out. Don't forget to get your copy of the Doctor of Disasters book, Emergency Incident Management Systems, at Amazon.com. This book is the go-to on managing disasters and on the Instant Command System. Hello everyone, I am the Doctor of Disaster, Mark Warnick. I have a PhD in public safety, and I'm recognized as a subject matter expert for not one, but 2 universities. The coronavirus becomes deadly when you get pneumonia. So what happens is you get it in your lungs, and when it's up top here, no big deal. But as your body creates white blood cells and it tries to fight the infection, it can spread down further in your lungs and get into your alveoli, and they can literally take away the surface where there's the exchange from oxygen to blood, where it puts it into our blood. So, I've got to say, the common flu takes about 1% of people. 1% of people that get it die from the common flu. This is about 3%. This is a lot less than MERS or SARS, which was 10%, or someplace around there. Now, this can cause acute respiratory distress syndrome, and that is a respiratory failure characterized by the rapid onset of widespread inflammation of the lungs, and the symptoms for that include shortness of breath, rapid breathing, and a bluish skin coloration. So how are they going to have to confirm that you have pneumonia or acute respiratory distress syndrome? Well, they'll need to take chest x-rays. That's the only way to do it. Now, here is the problematic thing about this. So the median duration from illness onset to shortness of breath is typically 8 days. The median time from onset of symptoms to first hospital admission is 7 days. That's if you get the pneumonia. Now, that's a total of 15 days with this. And for those that got worse, the time from the onset of the symptoms to mechanical ventilation, being put on a ventilator, was 10.5 days. As I said before, the transmission is direct from animals to humans, and it's possible, in fact, they just reported that a dog may have gotten it from a human, to pass it on to our pets. So, it appears that this is starting to cross over to where we can transmit it human to human and human to pet, and pet to human possibly. So how does it spread? It spreads by moisture in someone's infected body. So when we breathe, there's a certain amount of moisture that we breathe out. And that can take numerous forms. I mean, you've got, the people where you say, don't spray it, say it. Well, guess what? If they're infected, those droplets coming from their mouth could be a way of transmission. If someone blows their nose and leaves it sitting on a table, that could transmit it from the Kleenex to the table, and when the person comes to pick up the Kleenex and throw it away, then they get transmission. There's also mucus and various other things. Crying. It's possible to get it from crying. Now, one of the things they say quite often is to wash your hands to prevent the flu. And for a long time when I was younger, I didn't understand that. However, think of it this way. Let's say that I touched a surface that the coronavirus was on. And then I go to work on my computer and I go, do you think I just spread it to my face? What about when my eyes get tired and I'm working on my computer? Just infected myself. So this is some of the stuff we need to be aware of. We also need to be aware of coughs and sneezes. These particles, according to what we're told, can travel almost 6.5 feet with a sneeze. So what does that mean? It means that we need to stay away from infected people at least 6.5 feet. So what are strategies to prevent the spread? John Campbell told us that we need to catch it, bin it, and kill it. So we need to catch it. What does that mean? We cover our mouths. We put a hanky over. Clean surfaces, hands, and avoid contact with mucous membranes. So, what are you going to use to clean surfaces? I, for one, use what most EMS agencies use. Bleach and spray it on, let it set for 10-20 seconds, and wipe it down. Of course, that's with hard surfaces. Second thing, wash your hands a lot. The third thing is try to remember not to rub the chin, rub your eyes, or your nose. Now, there's more ways of getting it than that. Of course, you should always wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. I'm not saying you can get it that way, but it's possible. So we need to watch that. The virus is contained in a protein envelope. This protein envelope protects it so it can live up to 5 days. Hello. Did anyone catch that? 5 days. So how do we not cure, but protect ourselves? Well, there's multiple ways, and I will talk about those in a minute. So what about things that aren't hard surfaces? Things such as clothes and utensils, plastic utensils or screened utensils, and furniture. There are over 100 cleaners and sprays that has been effective on coronavirus. So how contagious is coronavirus? Well, according to John Campbell, there's two trains of thought. The first train of thought is it's contagious for 2 to 5 days of incubation period. You'll be feeling well, but you'll still be contagious. If thought one is correct, you can infect others 2 to 5 days before you get the coronavirus. Thought number two is even scarier. You can be contagious for 7 to 14 days of the incubation period, and you can be feeling well but still be contagious to others. I'm going to finish up with John's suggestions, and I'm going to go over to my suggestions that I made before I ever watched John. Stay home, avoid planes, avoid buses, trains, avoid busy areas, stay away from large crowds. Another way is no visitors and avoid close contact with symptomatic people or potential carriers. Wear a quality medical mask. And I'll talk about that more in my stuff. The thing to remember, though, is that a mask does not 100% protect you. That's why they're called N95. They offer a 95% protection, and that's only if you fit them right. Wraparound glasses, safety glasses that protect on the sides so that the moisture with coronavirus won't get into your eyes. Wear gloves. Now, we're not talking about mittens or knitted gloves. We're talking about quality rubber gloves. And while you're wearing them, don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Now, he claims not to trust hand sanitizers. And I've been hearing that 60% or above truly kills the virus. Whether this is true or not, I really don't know. Number 7 is avoid hospitals. That's on my list as well. How deadly is this?
Find out in the next episode of The Doctor of Disaster.